Hello, this is Mary Fish with Stampin' Pretty and stampinpretty.com. I'm here to share with you another start to finish simple and pretty card class. And we're going to make the little bear of these three cute little 3x3 cards. And they all use a new stamp set that will be available January 6th of 2015 from Stampin' Up. You can purchase it through my blog, stampinpretty.com, called Cheerful Critters. I hope you can see that okay on the video. I love that it has just a touch of whimsy, but it's still really classy. Reminds me of a great children's illustration. So cool. So we're going to make the little bear because I'm in love with his stripes and it's so much fun to color with blendabilities. Because it's a little challenging to do the video at the same time I stamp, I did pre-stamp the bear and his sign. You can put something different in each sign, whether it's a sentiment or whether you decide just to use a little heart as your message. They're both absolutely fine, but I do have a tip for you. When I stamped the sentiment within his little sign he's holding, I adhere the photopolymer stamp diagonally on my clear block. The reason I do that is the beauty of photopolymer or clear stamps is that you can see through them, but you also need to be able to see the rectangle and where you're stamping. And I find by going like this, I get some prism lines and it throws me off. So by mounting it diagonally, I can see all four sides of that little rectangle. So just a little tip for you. And then Stampin' Up! Is coming out with a new color of blendabilities. Actually, there will be a total of 4 new colors. But this is the Bermuda Bay set, and I'm going to use the middle one to just really quickly give this some life. And again, just a little bit. And you know what? The whole point of this is to not feel obligated to make it perfect. You can even leave a little white showing. I think honestly it makes it look more realistic. Just to have a little white. I'm using the small end. There's also a paint end of the blendabilities markers. And just doing this slowly with just one color. You can use 2 colors, but it's such a small area. I just opted to use the one. Isn't he cute? I just love this shirt. Reminds me of the little guy's shirts that every boy wore in the 60s. They always had that little striped shirt. Okay, so that will give you a good idea how simple it is to add a little color to his shirt. You can certainly use some of the flesh tone brown blendabilities to take that watercoloring another level, but I like to keep things simple for you. Now, we've got a new product that I think is pretty cool, and it'll all be available on January 6th of 2015. These are the Itty Bitty Accents epoxy stickers, and they coordinate with the Itty Bitty punches that Stampin' Up! Sells. So you can see there's a coordinating star, heart, and even these small circles will function as centers for the small flower. So they can all be used. But I'm going to start with the star and a little piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock. Simple enough. And I'm going to attach it with a mini glue dot. Oops. Just going to tuck it up in this corner. You know what, I see just a little bit of it showing, so I'm going to tuck that under right now before it sticks and stays. Okay, so the next step will be to add this large sticker. And what I like about this is a very simple and basic card, but this is just that teeny weeny touch of wow that takes it to fabulous. And then this particular image is cut to 2 1/4 inches square, and so this piece of basic black is cut to 2 1/2 inches square. So I'm going to add some snail to the back side of it. Actually, I take that back. I am going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. I wanted to add a little bit of a 3D effect. Again, simple things to do to make your cards really say wow. And 4 should be plenty. And then I am going to add that to my basic black. Easy enough. And then I've got a little 3x3 card base. You can certainly add it this direction or this direction. I'm going to just do the same thing. And guess what? I'm going to actually move this out because depending on what I'm lining up, I like to make the background of it either dark if it's white or light, or the reverse so that I can actually see where I'm going. So I'm going to add some snail. Oops. Snail is a tiny bit on that corner. All right, and so I'm going to line this up. Looking pretty good to me. Now the real final touch is that adorable lined envelope. I wanted to show you, here are our little mini square envelopes. So let me set this up for you before putting the big shot in here. I've got a magnetic platform and a piece of coordinating polka dot designer series paper, and then one of the 3 envelope liners dies that coordinate perfectly, 3 different sizes that coordinate perfectly with Stampin' Up! Envelopes, our 3, what I consider our key envelopes. I'm going to run it through my Big Shot. I like using the magnetic platform so I can get the polka dots lined up nicely. And so here's your perfect little liner. What could be easier? And you'll notice the other nice advantage of the magnetic platform, because it doesn't slide, is I can get this pretty tight and have very little waste for my designer series paper. I like to covet it as well. And I just add adhesive to the top. You don't want to do this whole area in case you have to adjust it. It slips right inside. And then I'm going to line it up. I kind of look at these little side parts and just make sure it looks fairly even side to side, top to bottom. And then I lay it down. Isn't that just so cute? So here's the little card we just made together. And then here were the examples. Very similar. I love this one with just the big heart. That epoxy sticker is so cool. And here are the other ones for you. So thank you for joining me for my simple and pretty start to finish class. Bye-bye.